Testing 1 2. Don't test 2. Sometimes that's how I do. Like to start it out without a doubt, getting into the thought for the day. So what I'm talking about is turning points in life, turning towards the money. What causes people to see the big picture, see the reality without fractionality, like the whole thing. Realize that we're all kings and queens out here and that there's no reason to fear the system. Don't become a victim. Just staying true to what you do, living your own goals and dreams. That's what I'm trying to show people, that life's not always what it seems. So get into it. Don't misconstrue it. Starting out with a quote. Got a good one for today. This one's by Freeway. What it say is, if you don't respect everybody, you're disrespecting yourself. Say it one more time. If you don't respect everybody, you are disrespecting yourself. So, starting with a preview, I'm gonna look at how the traditional system really rates people. Gonna look at how as people we are products of our environment, but how we have the ability to direct our own lives, and how to turn your life in a positive direction to live out your own dreams and goals, and instead of working for somebody else's. How to progress a lot quicker. A lot of people seem to think that everything's really difficult. If they want to go in a different direction, like they're going against some kind of grain, like it's a different mind frame. But once you get it, you can progress a lot quicker than any kind of job would give you any kind of like raise or anything like that. So you just got to understand the different levels, get with the right people, stay humble, know the right time to scale up. So looking at my own personal journey on this topic, I didn't get good grades in school. I was looked at as some kind of like troublemaker, even though I never got in any trouble really. I was always just told that I didn't get it, I wasn't smart enough, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time I always questioned school. Felt like it was a waste of my time. Always wondered why I had to be there, why I had to be learning stuff I didn't really care about, why they weren't teaching me stuff that would really, benefit me and my life. Why I was always told that, if I didn't go to college I wasn't going to be nothing and all that stuff. And even though I doubted it, I still went with it because I had so much resistance every time I went against it. But now I'm trying to teach people that you don't have to have that resistance. Like you should question this stuff, right? Like you should really like try to go in your own direction, and if people try to tell you you're wrong and it's not going to work out, that go with your intuition, because what's not going to work out really is, we've seen time and time again, is this whole like trap of working for somebody else, getting a job for somebody else. And I mean, even if the money's good, it's whatever, but at the end of the day, like, what's life if you're not working towards your own vision, if you don't have your own goals and dreams, if you're going like spending the majority of every day, just working towards somebody else's thing, working to get somebody else rich. I mean, what's the point of that, right? So like, I know I'm smart. I know that I have smarts that don't really get tested in schools, like the kind of stuff that they test you in school. Like I just wasn't into that, right? The kind of stuff I was like doing on my free time, like they never really taught us anything about that. But now I'm seeing it start to manifest, and I'm starting to realize that this is like part of my quest. So a lot of my friends too, a lot of people that were labeled as like bad kids or stupid, even though I know they weren't bad people, right? I knew they were very, very smart. A lot of these people became very successful. A lot of the people that were really praised by like the schools I went to, they're the ones that are working the jobs. They're the ones that have, taken over their parents' business, and, they're obviously not doing what they enjoy doing. They're the ones that are telling me stuff like, oh, well, if you just, start working somewhere, even if you don't like it, you'll learn to love it over time. And I'm just like, I don't know, man, that would make me want to throw up. Like, that's definitely not for me. Like, I don't know how that's what you see, but it's definitely not for me. So I'm going to get into it right now. Starting with how does the traditional system rate people? How do they grade people? Because some of the smartest entrepreneurs that I look up to did not fit in the traditional system. And actually, not some, but most of them. They were told that they wouldn't amount to much by teachers and authority figures. This really caused them to, think outside of the box and find different ways to make money other than a job. And I would have to say for myself too, right? Like if I hadn't questioned all that, and then, you know, just did my own thing, was told that I was wrong, that I shouldn't do that, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll get a job, and I tried that, and it just made me miserable, right? So that's how I had to learn. That's how I had to see, like I had to go through that path. I had to see that that wasn't really what I was trying to do. It just didn't add up. So that caused me to like just decide like, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna start my own thing. I'm gonna do what I think is right. I'm gonna follow my own vision, and that's what caused me to really make that turn. So a lot of people, unfortunately, that don't do well in school, and it's not even always because of like the tests and the grades. It's a lot of times because like the teachers just don't like who they are. Teachers just don't really, even a lot of them really want to be there themselves. A lot of these teachers that I had like really just were miserable themselves, I could tell. And just because they didn't like a certain type of person or a certain way a person talked or something like that, they would try to tell them, like that's not going to get you anywhere in life. A lot of times they told me like, your friends are going to bring you down. You need to get better friends. And I'm like, what are you talking about? These are my friends. Like, these people actually have my back. Like, these are good people. Like, what? Like, I'm not going to just like hang out with people just because you think like, like that's stupid, right? So, anyway, as people, we are really like products of our environment more than we think. Like, a lot of people decide who they are based on like the people around them, the place that they grew up in. A lot of it has to do with, media and the TV and radio that they're exposed to every day. Like, I mean, look at the statistics of how many people or how much TV people watch a day and how much advertising is actually like on these shows and these platforms and everything like that, and what these advertisements put into people's subconscious thoughts and subconscious minds about money being more important than anything else, about like just going to the job every day, like the car commercials with the carpools, and watching football with all the pickup truck commercials, like you're not a man if you don't have a pickup truck. Oh man, that stuff makes me laugh every time. But anyways, these influencers obviously have an agenda to influence us, to buy their products, right? These corporations, these companies, right? What's their bottom line? Is it serving people? Is it making people happy? No. It's making their stock price go up. They don't even, nowadays, man, they don't even, you can just tell, they don't even pay their people enough to really care too much about like whether the customers are happy. It's more about just reading the script. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to be like too negative on this. I'm just trying to kind of wake people up and show them that there's more to life than just like, living out someone else's goals and dreams, and that once you decide to do your own thing, that the money's going to really start flowing more than you would ever know it would. So um, everyone really has the ability to make a decision to take control of their life, become conscious about the influencers that they have around them. But that's not really something that I see, so I'm out here trying to show people. So another reason it's important to treat people good is because, like I said at the beginning with that quote, like show respect to everybody. You don't know who people are or who they will become or when you'll cross paths again, right? Like they say, the same people you meet on the way up, you meet on the way down. Well, I'm not really trying to like tell people that you're gonna go back down or something like that. I mean, even though life is ups and downs, like just be conscious of that, right? Like show respect to everybody, and you probably won't have too many enemies, right? You never know. So, like, how do we direct our own lives, right? I'd say the best way is to consume information that's gonna, be positive and put you in a good spot. Like, there's a lot of negative movies out here. A lot of the news is about scaring people. You can tell a lot of people are just like scared to live their lives, and I mean, that's stupid, right? You gotta read books out here. Like, how many people in school were assigned to read Think and Grow Rich? or like the science of getting rich or anything like that. I've never heard of anything like that. These are all things that I had to discover on my own. And once I read them, I was like, wow, this has had such a huge impact on my life in such a positive way. Why wouldn't this be something that the system would have to say? So I've never heard of any schools that have, had people read this stuff, like I said. Instead, they have the students read a lot of like fiction books, you know, history books. All this stuff is really culturally influenced. Uh, that's another topic for another day. So really just make a decision to improve your skills, make more money, enjoy life more, have your own goals and your own visions. If people knew this was possible from the start, would they really choose to work for someone else on another person's goals, on another person's vision, spending the majority of their time doing that? I don't know. So it's a question you got to ask yourself, right? It comes down to it. Our minds are very powerful. Like what we direct them on, we can create. Law of attraction at work. We all work towards our positions in life. A lot of people want to say that I'm where I'm at because of, this or that. And of course, like I'm saying at the beginning of this video, that a lot of outside influences do play a part. But at the end of the day, you got to take accountability, because we're really where we're at. We are really where we are at because we work towards that. And once you become conscious about these things and you start to put yourself in a more positive environment around more positive people and start working on your own goals and dreams, take more accountability, you'll see that you can really get to where you want to be quick. So if you're in a bad spot, you can work towards being in a positive spot same way. So how do you turn your life in a positive direction to live out your dreams and goals? Well, think about what kind of event would have to happen to make you decide to change your life, right? Like all the things you don't like about what you're doing, whether it's your job, whether it's like where you live, the people you're around, the amount of money that you make. I mean, what would have to happen for that to change? And then think, why don't you just do it right now? Why would you wait for something like that to happen, right? Why wouldn't you just take matters in your own hands right now and take control? Don't think you need any resources that you don't have yet. Just start working towards things, and step by step, you're going to find the resources. They're going to come to you. Just got to do it one step at a time, right? A lot of times what I see, the hardest part for people is just to get started. Just get started, right? Just start working on it. Don't look at, the future of like, is going to be so hard once I get to this step. Well, that's going to stop you from even getting started. Just get started and you'll see. And then you'll start to have more faith that things will come to you, because you'll trust in the process. Like, don't doubt it. The more you doubt it, the more you think negative about it, the less it's going to work out. The more negative things are going to come to you. The more you focus on the positive and feeling good, it's just going to put you on like momentum that's going to make everything happen so quick that you're just going to start questioning, even like, wow, like how'd that even happen so quick? Like, why did I used to do things the way that I did before, right? So think how you can make it happen, and it will. And how do you do this quicker? Be more generous, share with more people, provide for more people as you are provided for by the universe, or however you want to see it. Make sure everyone else on your team is good, right? Like, check in with everyone. Like, make sure that they're all on the same page before you move forward. And as you progress, your intentions should be to help other people along the way. The people that you help will want you to be successful. So they're going to help you when you least expect it. Because they're going to, just like everybody sees things and everybody else that they don't really see themselves, they're going to see when you're stumbling, when you might not realize it, and they're going to come along because you helped them in the past, and they're going to want to see you be successful. So like the saying goes, like, don't kill the goose that laid the golden egg. That's how it is. People are going to see you once you start helping people as that goose that lays the golden eggs, and they're going to want to see those eggs keep coming out if you're doing the right thing and they know what you're about. Still, you can avoid giving handouts, right? Like, that's not going to help people. You want to teach people. You want to show people the way, not just like give them money, give them food, and say, okay, no, I've done my part. I've just given people a lot of stuff, and I'm supposed to feel good about that. No, it's not really like that. You gotta really like be invested that in people's future, like that people are gonna do well, that people are gonna do better. So by doing this, you find people's strengths and put them in a position where they can use them, right? And when you help build people up, you're creating your own influencers. So whatever your brand is, whatever your business is, these people are going to be your influencers, because other people are going to see how you've helped them, how your message has changed them, and other people are going to want to join, and it's going to just build more and more momentum. You know, it's all about momentum, just building that momentum. That's all you got to do. Just like how people, you know, pay Instagram influencers or Facebook ads to promote their products and services. Only this is a free method, right? Because you're providing value to other people. Like I always say, right? You can't just like think like, well, if I do this for someone, then they're gonna pay me back later, so that's why I got to do it. No, you got to really be invested and interested in people's success. Like, help build people up. You don't want to like keep people in a position. Like, that's a lot of the corporate world we see today, is like keeping people in a position and not too much building people up, right? So yeah, build people up, and these people are going to want to promote your business or your brand for free. So understand the different levels to really like see this as a game, even though it's not a game, it's life, right? So you need a different set of rules and mentors to start making millions of dollars a year than you did when you went to making, you know, like $100,000 a year from being broke, right? Like, it's different rules, different strategies that are going to get you to different levels. So you need to realize when you're at a critical turning point, and you need to adapt a new strategy. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck at the same level. And it's pretty interesting too. Like you'll know, because once you do get around that new set of mentors and that new set of influencers and find the right lessons to get you to the next level, you're going to get to that next level really quick. And then you'll just find that you kind of hit like a wall, right? And you'll be just kind of like at the same spot for a while. And as you become more conscious about this process and these levels, you'll know sooner and sooner each time when it's time to find the new mentors and the new people that are going to take you to the next step. So yeah, a lot of people just get stuck because they don't know how or when to change strategies. A lot of this comes down to getting the right associates, associating with the right people. You got to avoid stepping on people's toes. Don't go behind people's back or cut them out of business to make more money. No, money's not like the key goal here. I mean, money's going to get you to what you want. Money's like a way. Money's just energy. Money's just paper. New business connections will make you more money. And you should go about getting these connections the right way. So that's like a huge thing about reputation and respect. When you respect people, you're going to have a good reputation. And that's going to follow you. And people are going to know, like, okay, well, if you've cultivated a bad reputation to get to the level where you're at, then this will become apparent to the people that could help you get to the next level. And if they have, you know, heard bad stuff about you, then they're not going to want to work with you. So, you know, don't step on people's toes. It's all about helping people over making the money in the first place. Don't pretend to be someone that you're not just to get people to like you. You'll attract the right people into your life when you are being your real self. And you got to stay humble too. Like, don't get too big-headed. Don't put yourself above anyone else or think that you're better. Don't treat other people like they're better than anyone else too. They just have more knowledge about certain areas of life, just like you do at the time, right? So you want to find people that have more knowledge in an area that you want to improve on, and then treat them with respect, but also as an equal. Don't think of yourself as rich because of money. You know, there's a lot more riches in life. Like, the people that are around you, the experiences that you have, that's what makes you rich. The money doesn't make you rich. The money could all disappear. But when you're living life like clear as to what your vision is and that you're helping people, people aren't just going to turn their back on you if you help them and they know that it's legit. They're going to want to stay with you, but that money, can disappear for no fault of your own, no reason. You don't really have control over how the economy works, stuff like that. And many people make the mistake of making more money and thinking that they're rich, so they try to use their money to impress other people, and this is going to attract the wrong people. So you got to be really careful about putting expectations on people, just because no one can let you down if you don't set expectations for them. Just let things play out how they play out. Don't get too excited about like some new person in your life that you think is gonna bring more money or connections or whatever. So if you set that expectation, then if that doesn't work out that way, you might just waste a lot of time trying to like force something to work out when it's not gonna. You just gotta let go with the flow. You never know. A lot of people I know who have a lot more money than me have all advised me to make as many connections as I can before I have a ton of money, before I'm considered as like really, really rich by a lot of people. Because a lot of people have told me that it's a lot harder to make authentic connections when you're known as someone who has a lot of money. You want these connections to come to you based on your personality more than the money that you have. And I think that's something that a lot of people get mixed up. So once you do start to get all this down, you gotta understand how to grow and scale up. And a lot of businesses fail because they try to scale up too quick, start to see some success, and then they just try to like take it to like 10 levels beyond where they're at. You got to be really sure that you're capable of scaling up before you do so. So when you do scale up to another location, destination, whatever it is, like do that and then wait for a while to see how that works out before scaling up even more. Every time you scale up, there's going to be new things that you didn't foresee, new issues, new problems, but you just got to look at those in a positive way, because problems are always going to lead you to the next level, as long as you look at it as a learning experience and don't get angry about it. Like, you should be thankful for the problems that you have, because they're all teachers. As soon as you get angry about it, these problems are just going to bring you down. Make sure you have the right people as infrastructure before you scale up. Like, that's one of the most important things, is investing in people, because they're going to be the key to your success. And really, you want to also invest in like public services, or kind of like make a kind of like a building or a location that would attract and cultivate talent that will be able to work with you in the future, so you can have the right people to scale, right? So when you're investing in people, you can also invest in your community, because when you invest in your community, it's gonna show you who people are in your community that have the strengths that are going to benefit you, and vice versa. And just like I was saying before, when you invest in people, they're going to want to help you, because they're going to realize that you can get them to that next level, and then just in ways you're not going to see, they're going to get you to the next level. So yeah, use your money, not to buy some like yacht or something like that where you can just isolate yourself from everybody, but use your money to invest in the community and cultivate more talent. Like, help people out. People are going to appreciate it. So that's about all I have for today. Hope you like what I had to say. Hope you got some value out of it. Know that I'm not about to quit. Go ahead and smash up the likes. Go ahead and leave any comments or questions. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell icon, the bell button, so you'll be the first to get the new videos. That's just the way it goes for right now. I don't know how I keep learning these lessons every day, but that's what I'm doing out here. So for now, I'm out. Until next time.